in the Vils?
So, I keep it real with you. I've been getting on. There's a girl called Mimi in here.
So what do you think? You're like open or you're not open?
I'm open. Like,
Hey guys, welcome to Little Black Bird 91. Listen, we've got another video for you. Hold on, the light's a bit bright there. Come on. Listen, we're ready for the carnage today. You get what I'm saying to you? Listen, carnage. Have some shame, have some class. Look, this particular video, I want to break it all the way down for you guys. Uma's body language with both Joey and also with Ayo. I'm loving watching the body language of these people because it actually shows so much about them. Now, a quick little rundown of the actual day 4. Sam, I told you guys in my last review about Sam, okay? Sam is insecure. Harriet, insecure. And Patsy, insecure. Now, when I say insecure, what I mean by that is that they showed outward insecurity, like heavily. The very first day, go back to that very first day, when they lined the girls up, the 3 girls that was making noise, Patsy, Harriet, and Sam. Sam tried to play off like she's the strongest one here, but was complaining when she was at the end of the line. Second to last on the end of the line. Yet she tried to play it off with old girl, with what's her name? With Harriet, right? Calling her out, telling her, you know, don't be petty, blah blah blah, and this and that and this and that. Meanwhile, you're telling people not to cry. Today you were crying for what? Because Joey said that I didn't want you to be jealous about the way you're moving on. Because you were moving a lot of insecurity. What was needed for all the jealousy? The guy got kissed by a girl he didn't know. He was blindfolded. And Sam made it into a big ass issue. And that's what's going to cost her the relationship between her and Joey. I told you about Sam already. I've told you guys about this insecurity. That very first day, people showed their skin. Harriet's another one. She showed her skin too on this on last episode when she took Joey into the hideout and as a retaliation for what Kieran had done to her, right? And we saw that because of what they did on the actual show. Now, Patsy's the only one that hasn't gone a bit crazy. She wanted to be either or, end spectrum, but hey ho, anyway, we'll go. You know what I mean? So it's interesting to see how they reacted in that scenario. Now, I think the reality, we want to talk about the bombshell, Uma. Uma came in like the bombshell she is. Okay, all right, just shelling. You know what I'm saying? She has some shame, has some class. My girl came in like here, said, listen, I'm gonna do it differently. You know what I'm saying to you? Now, let's break down the actual body language of what happened and what does it actually tell? Because I've been saying this for the last few episodes. I said I'm not really sure about Ayo and how he feels about Mimi because his body language was telling me that he's still not fully invested. Mimi's body language has told us she's 150% invested. Right, I'm going to show you some body language here between Ayo and Uma as well, right? Who are both obviously of Nigerian descent as well, which obviously helps as well. But you know, let's break it all the way down. Okay, cool. Let's have a look at this, right? Body language wise, what's different to what I showed you beforehand? If you haven't watched those videos, go and watch it. What is different is Ayo's body language. Ayo usually when he's talking to somebody is very straight on, right? He's facing this way. But today, when Uma's coming, his body is like this. It's at an angle. So he's actually showing her more of an interest than he did with Mimi. He was always keeping himself reserved because here's why. He knew he had the power over Mimi from the jump. But with Uma, and I've said this before, the last episode, watch my last review, I said, I don't know how he would handle pressure because the way he was sitting with Mimi told me that, yeah, in his head, he felt in his head, that's how he feels. He feels like he's a leader, he's a boss, he's a strong one. But in his heart, he finds the right one, he gonna crumble. Because it only takes a little bit of pressure for him to crumble. I could see it, the way he was nervous, holding his hands, doing all this, hands on leg. His legs were all like this. I said, this brother is not as confident as he makes himself out to be. Trust me, he ain't. And I knew he would crumble. So now we're in a position here. Now, look at this leg position with Uma. Now, what's really interesting is, in her conversation, I don't think she actually changed. Her leg doesn't come down. So her leg's not very high. I won't play with you. It's a normal covering over, but it's her right leg that's covering over her left leg. Now she does do a left leg cover over with Joey, right? But she does a switcheroo with Joey, and I think that's quite interesting because Joey also changed his body position as well. So in this instance, right, I think she does find him attractive because her body's at an angle too, right? But she's not all the way invested like how Mimi was. Right, you can still see she's holding frame. She's got an angle like he's got an angle, and they've met at a pinnacle, but nothing's really, you know what I mean. And she's keeping her cards very close to her chest. Right, let's have a look.
If
a little play more.
Case, maybe we'll talk about it.
So what are you thinking now?
Don't ask me that question. Just let me.
Alright, just answer.
Think and breathe. Huh?
See how he said, obviously, don't ask me that question. Let me breathe. Yeah, because he's under pressure for once. Mimi wasn't a pressure. Yeah, he had Mimi locked from the villain jump. Because he wasn't as fully invested because that's not his type. Now we know his type is actually this girl here. His type is this girl here, which is, you know, unfortunate, but it is what it is. It's not unfortunate because everybody's beautiful and I can understand why. But I guess we all wanted to root for the dark skinned women and the dark skinned man. Let's be honest. But I mean, she's black. Let's be happy. Listen. So that body language tells me instantly straight away what kind of position that they're in, and you can see how he is. You know how he's angled. It's showing much more different body language to how he was dealing with Mimi, which was very straight on. Okay, all right. So that's a big thing. Now, I want to go to Joey. I want to go to Joey because Joey's conversation was also quite interesting a little bit later on, right? So let's have a look at this. Joey's body language. Okay. All right. Look at this. Just look at this quickly. Look what Joey's doing right now. Okay. Look what Joey's doing. His whole hand is with his leg. Do you know why? Because at first Joey's under pressure. One thing about Joey is I think he's a slow starter. What I mean by that is, although we know him as Joey Essex, and know him to be this reality star, don't think that he's so cool that he doesn't have nervousness. He's a bag of nerves. But once he gets comfortable in a conversation, the guy's a flyer. All right, he goes. Yeah. At first, when you get him, he's like a little bit tentative, and then he goes. This is why I think he wins women over, because I think they sense a little bit of that nervousness, which makes them feel a bit more comfortable. And then once he kind of relaxes, Joey freaking Essex, he's gone. Yeah. So let's just watch a little bit more of this little interaction here.
I don't even remember what just happened.
I was
honestly
last. I
don't
mean, you
even-
didn't really. You sort of was a bit.
No, you was falling. You was going away from me. I was like, all right then.
Now pause. Okay, they're having this conversation debate about the kiss situation where she's like, "You're going away from me." Da, 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 da. Now, one thing about Uma, her body language on both occasions is very strong, right? Like very, very strong. Like she holds her own, doesn't fold. You know what I'm saying? And the boys are the ones that keep on ship. The boys are the ones that are very interesting how they interact and how they kind of estimate her behavior. Let's have a little bit look. I want to go a little bit
I
further.
was trying.
Okay, here we go. Let's go back here. Look at this body language. Look what Joey's done. Joey's a bad boy. Listen, look what Joey's done. Joey's interesting. Like he's now lifted we can see his hand on the leg, right? His left leg is slightly up, so it would look like he's closing off. But the way his body's leaning over, he's still leaning into her. The left leg is not all the way up. It's just that he's holding it. I think he's a little bit nervous. That's why he's holding that leg, right? He's going to let it go soon, all right? Okay, so he's holding that leg. But if you notice her body, look how turned she is. Look what she's doing. She's no longer having her left leg or right leg over the other leg. She's got both legs down and she's turned her body literally to the side. So now she's facing him. When you do that, he's drawn her in. And he drew her in because he's freaking authentic. That's just the reality of the situation. He's very authentic, and not only that, because his nervousness comes out at first, it almost seems as if you've got him. It's when you think you've got him that he's got you. Okay, don't play with that man. That man is a dangerous man. See, Ayo, she clocked Ayo from early, and it's not her type, so she could play with him. But this one here, nah, this one here is a dangerous man. All right, but we're gonna see how she's gonna regain it. Watch this.
And you was like pulling away. I was like, all right then. I guess I'll leave that one.
What, you just whispered in my ear, didn't you?
Yeah. Said.
Okay, sorry, I don't want to go on my overlap. They're gonna get me on this. They're gonna get me on copyright. But the conversation was smooth and it was nice, man. It was interesting, right? And you could tell she was very much interested in the way that her eyes were gazing upon him. Her eyes were inner on him, like she did not let him go. Now it's gonna get interesting. They're gonna come down to the same level. Look at this part here, right? They're gonna come to the same level. Look at this. Now he's open-bodied, but he's now facing forward now. So he's regained a bit of his consciousness. He's regained a bit of his composure. He's, at first, she had him. Like, she had him a little bit nervous in the first half, right? But his leg is down now. He's comfortable. He's got the boy stance. You know what I'm saying to you? I'm ready to go again, right? Very wide stance, as you see. That just to maybe give himself a little bit of confidence, right? And obviously now, she's now open. She now turned her body a little bit more outward again. But again, we've got her left leg now covering over now. So she's still open, still having a conversation. You know what? She's still vibing with him, right? And this is my opinion, by the way. This is not actually true. We don't know. I could be, it's not true, but this is how I'm seeing it. And then it's going to get to another part. And I want to play a little part where it gets to. Because they actually edit the clip because her leg switches over and switches over again. And I was like, they've edited the clip. So that means that conversation that they had two sets of conversation, they flipped it over because it's not smooth, it's not in the same fashion. And you're going to see it. I can actually show you, look. Because look at his position. He's shifted over, she shifted over. Look, he opened himself up. And so it means they probably have that conversation twice. They probably said, let's film it again. She now put her leg over the leg. It's been edited, right, in a sense, right? So, but her body is now closed off slightly, right? And his body is now open, which is really interesting. This is why I'm saying about the game, because here, let me go back, sorry. Let me go back so you can see it. This is where she regains composure, okay? She's regained composure now, right?
We're in bed and holding her hands, things like that.
Beforehand,
so,
it was Joey
yeah.
freaking Essex,
Mm-hmm.
authenticity, getting her a bit locked in, opened up. Now she had to put her leg there again to remind herself, actually, I am Uma. I got to make sure this brother works for it, okay? That leg, because the right leg came over. Right, she wanted to make sure she held composure. Like she got, you know what I mean? Like she made sure that he's gonna make him work for it again, right? But she's definitely interested in him. We know that already because she was kissing Ronnie earlier on as well. So she's into her white boys. Nothing wrong with that at all. Do your thing. You know what I'm saying to you? But it's interesting to see how she moves. But with Joey, I think one thing about Joey is, and again they kind of almost ended the situation here. Look, where they were like here, but he's now fully open. So as you just saw that he was fully open, his whole body was turned, his leg is underneath his leg, he's facing directly her, right? And then her right leg came over. So what was happening, I think what's happening is this. As Joey opens up, because it's the second time it's happened, as soon as Joey opens up, as soon as he shows full-on energy, full-on energy that he might be interested, she closes it. Just to make sure she's in control, and also as well not to show too much interest. Right? Because I don't think she has the power in this interaction the way she wants to. So she got to be careful and engage it correctly. With Ayo, she didn't need to do that. She had him on lock. Right? Right leg was over the left leg the whole entire time. Didn't even want to move it. Didn't need to. Because Ayo was finished. Right? So we see that little part there as well. Right? So yeah, listen. Here's my opinion. I think Uma has let Ayo know as well that, to be honest, that's not her type. Right? But she thinks he's good looking. I don't buy it. I don't think that's her type, and I don't think she wants him, if I'm honest with you. But also, I think also that fact that she likes she's had a kiss with Ronnie, mentioned it as well, had to bring it up, and then obviously Joey as well situation. She's got a type, white boys, and he's got a type. It's her. This is gonna create a carnage triangle. If I was him, I'd stay in his blood clot lane. If I was freaking Ayo, stay in the lane with your gal. This girl do not like you. And here's another thing, and I wish I had a clip of exactly where it was. The way he ran after her, the way he ran after her when she went to do the house tour, it told me everything I need to know. I was like, wait, why is he running after her, asking the guys if he should go? Let me just show you what happened quickly before we get off here, right? Here we go.
Where you going? Villa tour. Slitting, bro.
So, where we know each other from,
Yeah.
I'm sure, I don't know,
Now, she was on one-on-one with Ronnie going on a Villa tour. So there was no need for him to volunteer himself to the Villa tour. But he wanted to. You know what I mean? Because he likes her. And that's his type. And he's going after it. Yeah. Listen, look, like I said of you guys, listen, I am doing coaching. If this has touched you, if this made sense, if you think I touched some points, reach out to us, man. Click on the description box down below. There's a link there. We're doing coaching for relationships, whether you're single, married, divorced, got kids, whatever you want to call it. We're here to help you guys dig into the roots of people and their dating as well. Look, we don't want to see you out here in the streets getting played, okay? Or out here in the streets not getting the person that you actually want. I'm here to help you realize the truth, bring some revelation, bring some light. That's what our coaching tends to do. We want to bring healing as well. So make sure you guys like, subscribe, click on that bell button for notification uploads. We appreciate you guys. Still locked, still loaded. We'll see you again soon.